There is something running underneath every business decision you make, underneath every deal you close or do not close, underneath every time you hit a ceiling you cannot explain. And it is not your mindset, it's not strategy, it's not psychology, it's not whatever people tell you on social media. And you're not gonna believe me. It's physics, quantum physics, and I'm going to prove it to you right here. And the reason nobody in business talks about this is because once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. And a lot of people are really afraid of it because it flips everything. And everything you have been told about success starts to look incomplete. And that confuses people. And I get it. All right, let me tell you a story that nobody tells correctly. It's 1993. Yeah, back in the days, way back. Apple builds a device with a touchscreen, calendar, contact, notes, everything. Very cool. Basically the iPhone, 40 years before the iPhone. They call it the Newton. And it bombs. 300,000 units sold in its entire lifetime. And that's not much. But here's the strange part. 3 years later, Palm launches the same concept, sells 1 million units in 18 months. Nokia releases the first smartphone, BlackBerry dominates for a decade. You remember this, right? The market was clearly there. But then, 2007, Apple comes back with the iPhone. Same company, same idea. And it does not just succeed. It changed our civilization. If strategy and execution explains this, then explain the Segway. Steve Jobs called the Segway, like the thing, you remember? Yes, lots of accidents. Sure, but he called it the most amazing piece of technology since the personal computer. Jeff Bezos, like the Amazon guy, said it would change cities. 500,000 units were planned every year. So they went big. And they sold 30K in 7 years. Best technology, best endorsements on the planet, right? Bezos and Jobs, but a total failure. So why did one reshape the entire world and the other one became a joke? The answer is not in the product. It has been sitting in physics labs for over 100 years. Yes, you heard correctly. And almost nobody has connected it to business. Why? Why? All right, in quantum physics, there's an experiment called the double slit experiment, and you probably heard of it, okay? One of the most famous experiments in all of science, like ever. You shoot photons through 2 little slits, and when nobody watches, they behave like a wave. You heard this a million times. You probably were taught this in school. In superposition, all possibilities exist at once. But the moment you observe them, and yes, you as a person, the wave collapses, the photon picks one path, one reality. And I can prove to you, and actually the 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics proves to you that this works on a human-sized level, and so does every other quantum effect. Observation determines what becomes real. Not metaphorically, physically. Replicated thousands of times since the 1920s. Now, a researcher named Dean Radin, fantastic guy, asked, what if the observer is not a machine but a human mind? You and me. He ran experiments where people focused their attention on a double slit setup. Yeah, the same experiment. No physical contact. Just observation, just focused awareness, just like you on me right now. And the interference pattern changed measurably. Published in physics essays all across the planet, replicated in 2015, again in 2019. And he realized that human attention has a causal effect on how physical matter behaves. Crazy, right? And in 2020, a team published in Nature Physics, 2 observers can experience 2 contradictory realities about the same event. Imagine this. It was proven, and both are correct. Reality at the quantum level is not fixed. It depends on the observer, you and me. This is not fringe. This is nature, science, physics essays, academia accrediting it. the Nobel Prize too. There's another quantum phenomenon called entanglement. Two particles interact and then they're connected forever. Change one, the other changes instantly, regardless of distance. You can put it like here and the other one at the other end of the universe. If one state changes, the other one, without any difference in time, will change immediately. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance, and he spent years trying to disprove it. And guess what? He failed. And if Einstein failed, it's pretty likely that it's right. But here's what is quietly reshaping physics right now. There was a 2016 paper in physics, letter B, proposed that space-time itself, yes, the fabric of reality, does not create entanglement. What? Okay. Entanglement creates space-time. Entanglement creates space-time? Yeah. Connection is not a feature of the universe. Connection is the universe. And a 2017 satellite experiment published in Science, like the same journal, confirmed quantum entanglement at a global scale. Their summary, reality is what you make it. Crazy, right? That's physics. Yes. That is not like woo-woo metaphysics manifestation stuff. It's real. So, the observer, you and me, like everyone, shapes what becomes real. What becomes this, right? Not in my ear, like everywhere. Particles are connected across infinite distances, and reality itself might be built from connection. Isn't that beautiful? Not the other way around. Now, let me show you what this means for your brain. Most people assume the brain is a computer. It stores your memories, it produces your thoughts, everything lies inside your skull. Quantum physics says otherwise. And here's a study that proves it. And actually neuroscience does too. Because in the 1920s, neuroscientist Karl Lashley ran one of the most important experiments in brain science. He trained rats to navigate complex mazes. Then he surgically removed parts of the brains, piece by piece, different sections each time, and he was looking for where the memory lies. And he never found it. So you have to imagine, no matter how much brain tissue removed, up to 90% of the cortex in some cases, the rats could still run the maze and find the cheese at the end of the maze. The memory was not stored in a specific location. It was not in the brain the way a file is on your hard drive on your computer. You get this, right? So you can remove 90% of your brain and you will still remember all the stuff. But imagine how much capacity it takes to store something. There was a guy called Karl Pribram later, and he proposed the holographic brain model. The brain does not store information. It receives and processes it. Like a radio does not contain the music. It tunes into a signal. Now connect this to quantum physics, because it actually is. It's neuroscience and quantum physics brought together. If reality is built from entanglement, if observation collapses possibilities into experience, and if the brain is a receiver, not a storage device, then the question becomes, what signal is your brain tuned to? And what reality is it collapsing? This is where neuroscience confirms what quantum physics predicts. In 2025, there was a fantastic study of a real guy. I love him, real cool guy. A team at UC San Diego published a study in Communications Biology. It's also a Nature journal, a scientific journal, very, very, very cool one, and very traditional. So if you get in there, like they tried everything to disprove it. 20 people went through a 7-day intervention, a retreat, okay? And they did brain scans before and after. The part of the brain that generates noise, self-doubting, overthinking, fear, and all of that, it got significantly quieter. The brain reorganized into a more coherent and more efficient architecture. And I want you to remember the word coherence, because that is what is drawing the connection from quantum physics, to neuroscience and how this all works, because it's all dependent on coherence. Then they also drew blood. And they put participants' blood plasma on nerve cells in a lab. The cells exposed to post-intervention, so after the retreat, Blood grew new neural connections so much faster. Can you imagine? Their internal state changed their biology so much that their blood became a growth signal for new neurons. Yes, the stuff in your brain, actually, also in other areas in your body, but the brain is what it's most known for, neurons. When you change the coherence of the receiver, you and me, you change what it picks up, just like a radio, and you change what it also projects. In quantum physics, coherence is everything. A laser and a light bulb produce the same thing, photons. But the laser is coherent, and you can see it, right? Every photon completely in phase, synchronized. And a coherent beam cuts through steel. The light bulb doesn't, right? It would be very dangerous. An incoherent one just lights up the room. So, same energy, radically different power. In 2004, researchers at the University of Wisconsin scanned experienced meditators and found their brains producing gamma wave. And so synchronized across your entire brain you cannot imagine. All regions firing in phase, like an orchestra of 1 million people playing in perfect harmony. The amplitude was like dozens of times higher than normal. And amplitude is like energy, like that's, a wave, right? They called it long-range coherence. And it's also published in very famous journals. You can look it up. These people's brains were operating like a laser. Now, everyone talks about Steve Jobs and his reality distortion field. His team coined it in 1981. Look it up. It is really cool. He could walk into a room and engineers who said something was impossible could leave having agreed to build it in half the time. And then they would actually do it. It's like the 4-minute mile on steroids. Business people call it charisma. But I'm telling you, it was quantum coherence applied to business. When every part of your system is in phase, when there is zero gap between what you believe and what you project, you can and you do operate like a laser. Possibilities collapse around your signal, not because of magic or manifestation or woo-woo stuff, because physics says so, because coherent signals carry more force than scattered ones. That makes sense, right? That is true for photons. But is it true for people? It is. Jobs was coherent. Dean Kamen was not. Nokia was not. Google Glass was not. Same photons, same slits, different coherence, different reality. I see this every week with founders and business owners. A founder came to me, let's call him Daniel. Software as a service company, revenue stuck at 40K MRR. Not a lot, like it was a small startup, but still, it was stuck for 1.5 years. Every playbook executed, like this guy tried everything. The number would not move. Through the quantum lens, Daniel was the observer, and his internal signal, his deep model of what was possible for someone like him, was collapsing his reality into the same outcome every single month. Like a photon taking the same path under the same observation. Every time a big deal showed up, his body would contract. You can feel it. He would delay the follow-up, discount before anyone asks. His conscious mind said growth, but his deeper signal said danger. Two contradictory signals, incoherent, like a scattered light source. Lots of energy, no power. Remember, light bulb versus laser. We want to be the laser. We did not change his strategy. We changed the observer. We changed him. We brought his system into coherence, the same way those participants' brains recognized and reorganized in the UC San Diego study. Different signal, different collapse, different reality, a whole new world. 5 months later, he crossed 100K, easy. When I asked what changed, he said, the resistance just was not there anymore. The ceiling dissolved, and he could break through that ceiling because it was never real. It was an observation pattern. It was quantum physics in action. It was the thing our reality is built of. Neuroscience plus quantum physics together. When you observe it changed, the outcome changed. So here's the question. You're already good at what you do. Probably you're really good. You have the skills, the products, the team, whatever. Or you're just on your own. It doesn't matter. And there's a number that keeps resetting for you. Something, it's like a wall that you're constantly hitting. Now let me ask you this. What if That is not a business problem. What if it's a physics problem? Your brain is not a computer. It is a receiver, a quantum instrument. This is what it's built for. And the signal it is tuned to right now, coherent or incoherent, is determining which reality collapses into your experience. Every month, every quarter, every year. In quantum physics, the observer does not just watch. The observer selects. The observer creates. You are creating reality. Yes, you are the observer. And the most powerful variable in your business is not on any spreadsheet. It is the coherence of your signal, your operating signature. If you want to understand this architecture, there's a link in the description that shows you. So join it. Nothing is random. Everything is physics, and you know it.